talking about GPS trackers, in particular from a company called PAJ. Now, GPS trackers, can come on some sports watches, such as Garmin, and they can be, good, bad, or indifferent. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Generally, if you want a reliable GPS tracker, which your friends and family can use to track you on, then you need to get something specific for that. And I bought my GPS tracker mainly because your loved ones want to know where you are, especially if you're a trail runner or someone who does ultra marathons. You go out on long runs, training runs, or when you're doing your races, and sometimes your family worry about you. So therefore, it's good for them to be able to track where you are, know where you are, when you're out on your run. So if there's any problems, they can get in contact with you, etc. So that's why we're looking at that today. So and I'm sure most people can relate to that as well. So today, as I said, today's tracker is from a company called PAJ. PAJ are a German-based brand. They were founded in Germany. They now have UK and US offices as well. So they make all variety of GPS products for vehicles, belongings, so assets, and for people as well. So, and the industries, I guess, they work in are couriers, things like that, so they can track delivery vans, and then elderly people with dementia, that type of thing, and security services as well. And PAJ are probably one of the leading brands in Europe, and that's important when you're looking at GPS tracker, to ensure that you purchase one from a well-known brand. There are lots of GPS trackers on the market. We'll come to that in a bit as well. So the GPS tracker that we're going to look at today is the PAJ All-Rounder Finder. Comes in a box like this. If you have a look on the website, which will be on the screen at the moment, then you'll be able to see exactly where to get those trackers from. They come in various different shapes and sizes, and various options, which you'll see on the screen now. So this tracker in particular, the PAJ All-Rounder, I bought this from Amazon, and we'll go into the price in a moment. It comes with a bunch of features. It's a very, very simple device, very small. I'd say it's about 5 to 6 centimeters in height and 3 to 4 centimeters in width, and maybe a centimeter in depth. So it fits in the race pack really nicely. I used it on my last ultra marathon, and it was absolutely fine. And like I say, I wanted to get it just so that my loved ones could see where I was and how I was doing, and make sure I was okay. This device has a simple on-off switch on the side here. Below that is an SOS button, so if you get stuck, then you can press that and that will alert somebody. Above that you've got a simple charging port, and then on the right hand side here, I'm not sure if you can see that, you've got the slot for the the micro SIM card, sorry. And obviously you're going to need a SIM card which probably has an account of some sort, so like a paid monthly one. It can be a SIM only deal, super cheap. It just needs access to 2 or 4G data. This device particularly runs off of 2G data, and therefore it's worked out quite cheaply. Doesn't take much bandwidth up at all. And we'll come on to the other parts of this purchase in terms of monthly subscription, etc., a bit later on. So that's all there is to this device. It's super easy to set up. You turn it on, and once you've turned it on, wait for it to come up. I'm sure you can see you get some lights there come up, and that will start now looking for a GPS signal. Obviously, I'm indoors at the moment, so it's not going to find one. But that's all there is to that device. In the box, you also get a charging cable, which is a USB D type connect cable, the old type. But that's fine; it works well. And you also get a nice little leather pouch to keep the device in as well, to keep it safe and secure. So some of the features of this device are instant alerts in emergency, so like the SOS. Customizable alarms, the SOS button, as I said, on the device as well. It's compatible with PC and mobile app, so you can download the mobile app from the Apple App Store or the Android Play Store, or you can just go to the website on your PC as well and set up the device there, which is super easy to set up, by the way. And you can also follow the device there as well and track it and look and see where that particular device is at that point in time. And then the device has some geofencing capabilities, so you can set that up with a range, and then of course when the device goes out of that range you can get it to alert you, which is really cool. You have live tracking available in over 100 countries with this device, which is great if you do races and you travel for those. And all the European countries are supported. So you'll see some countries in Africa, etc., which are not, but there's a wide range of countries that are supported. Depending on which country you're in, the device either uses 4G or a mixture of 2G and 4G, so that gives you some flexibility. You can downgrade if the 4G signal is not strong enough, which great if you're going to be up in the hills or in the mountains somewhere. The device itself, when it's in use, has 20 days of battery life, which is great. So really long battery life, and if it's on standby mode, then it's 60 days. So you don't need to charge it that often. It's robust in design, very sturdily built. You'll see here, very strong, solid device. It's also splash proof, so it's not completely waterproof device, but in your race pack it's absolutely fine. Obviously I sweated a lot when I was doing my race, and I had no issues at all with the device getting wet. Absolutely fine. This one in particular is a multi-purpose device as well, so you could put it in your car to track the car. You could give it to your child and they went to school, just to make sure they got to school and back okay, all that type of thing. You could even hook it up to your dog using a dog vest or something and pop it in there, so in case you lose your dog when you're out taking it out for a walk. So it's quite a multi-purpose device. It's good. And before we get into cost, etc., we'll just go through some of the parts of the device. So obviously, once you purchase the device from wherever you bought that from, you're going to have to activate it. So let's have a look at how you activate the device now. Once you bought your PAJ device and got it home, you're going to need to activate the device. Obviously, by this time you'll need a SIM card and slot the SIM card into the slot that I showed you when we were looking to the device a moment ago. To activate your device, you would need to go to start.finder-portal.com and click the Activate Here button. That will take you to a number of options, and there you can select your subscription. Again, you've got 1 month, 3 month, 1 year subscriptions, and all very cheap. So it's $4.99 for a month, $30.99 for 3 months, or $49.99 for a year. As soon as you have selected that and put in your payment details, then your device will activate instantly, and that's that works really well. When I tested that out, it was seamless almost. Okay, so now we've activated our device, we can go right on and have a look at the portal and go through all the settings, and you'll get a feel for the functionality of the device and what it can do, and how you can share that information with friends and family as well. Okay, when you go into the portal, you'll get there by going to finder-portal.com. Straight away you're brought to a map showing your live location. Clicking on the cog in the top right hand corner gives you a bunch of options. If we click onto the dashboard, you'll see for a particular date range, you'll see speed travelled, and that's more really for cars, but also make use of that if you're a runner as well. You can see the real-time information as well for the speed, what's currently going on. In the information panel on the right, you can see the device information, and there's a little bit of detail there showing you battery life, etc., and the history. So what you did in the last 24 hours in terms of distance, last 7 days and the last 30 days, which is it's good information. And then if you go back to the map again, it's going to show a more zoomed in location of where you currently are. bearing in mind that that's dependent on your GPS signal at this particular moment in time. So if you're indoors, you're probably not going to have GPS. But if you're moving around, that will show you where you moved, and then it will also show you where you currently are, and there'll be like a blue dot showing you that, which is really useful if somebody's tracking you. And then again, you've got a little bottle icon there showing you any notifications in the top right hand corner. And then if you go back to the cog, you'll be able to go to device management, and that will give you a number of options relating to your device, where you can turn things on and off, set images, set sharing links, etc. to share with your friends or your loved ones. And then again, if you go back to the map, you'll see our current live location, and then click on the three lines in the top right hand corner. From here we can change from live to show our historical data as well. So if you're clicking on the route, you can then change the date range and pick something like the last 7 days, and that will show the last time that you took out the PAJ device on one of your runs, etc. And that will show the exact route that you followed as well, obviously based on the GPS signal, which you can obviously lose in, and depending on where you are on the route. So yeah, it's quite good for seeing historical route information as well. So that's the device. As I mentioned in the activation video, there is a subscription fee as well for the device. So you've got the cost of the device itself, you've got the SIM card, which you need to get from a network provider of some sort. Multi-SIMs or roaming SIMs are great for that, because then they'll roam between the various different cellular providers, so O2, Vodafone, etc. So whoever's got the strongest signal, it will go to that. So that's a good consideration when you're buying one of these. And then, yeah, so you've got the price of the device, you've got the SIM card, and then you've got the monthly subscription fee. Now, I bought this device from Amazon, and currently it's on Amazon for $29.99, which is super good value. If you look at some of the other options out there on the market, you've got the Garmin InReach device, that's £240, so it's $239.99. And then you've got the Vodafone Curve device, which is only £30, but not sure if it's exactly fit for purpose or not. I've not tried it, it's worth looking at for sure. And there are a bunch of others on the market, some cheap, some are expensive. I've bought a cheaper device before, it just didn't work. So you really do need to look at the provider of the device and see where and make sure you buy one which is reputable. But yeah, otherwise, I think that's it. I think it's a serious consideration for any ultra runner or somebody who does really long races and in rural environments, etc. I think it's good peace of mind for your friends and family. But yeah, that's another kit review done from Rob's Been Running. Stay safe and train hard, race hard, and have fun. Till next time, see you soon.